Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Notes Wali. In this video I am back with the short revision notes of chapter number 3 Current Electricity from the Physics of class 12th. The link for accessing the PDF is available in the description box. Go and check there and let's have a look at the main topics of the chapter. Firstly, I want to assure you that most of the topics in this chapter are from the previous classes that we have studied very carefully, and also you will find this chapter very amazing and very easy. Firstly, let's have a look at the Ohm's law, which is nothing but V is directly proportional to I, where V is the potential difference and I is the current. The proportionality constant is the resistance here, and which is denoted by R. Now looking at resistance, it is the property that opposes the flow of current and its SI unit is ohm, and factors on which resistance depends are mainly 4, and these are length of conductor, cross-sectional area of conductor, nature of conductor and temperature of conductor. But we cannot put down the nature of material and temperature of conductor in mathematical form. So we consider only length and cross-sectional area in the formula of resistance, which is given by R equal rho into L by A, where rho is the resistivity and the proportionality constant here, and which is dependent on the nature of material. Nextly, we look at the conductance, which is the inverse of resistance, and it tells how much current is being conducted through the conductor. And also the conductivity is the inverse, or we can say reciprocal, of the resistivity. Then we talk about the mobile charge carriers, which are responsible for the conduction of current. We also know that current is conducted in metals generally. So in the metals, the valence, or we can say free electrons, do the task of mobile charge carriers. And under normal condition, electrons move randomly inside the conductor or the metals, but when an electric field is applied, these electrons suffers collision with fixed ions, and as a result they move with an average drift velocity, which is represented by V subscript d and is given by minus E into electric field into tau divided by m, where tau is the average time between successive collisions. From here we define the mobility is the drift velocity per unit electric field. Then the next is resistor color codes, which are resistor color codes are 4 colors, and from these 4 colors bands we can find out the resistance of a particular resistor. And the first 2 bands here represent the significant figures, third band is decimal multiples, and the last band is tolerance. Then we have combination of resistor, which is of 2 types, series combination and parallel combination. In the series combination, current flowing through all resistor in same, whereas in parallel combination the potential difference across each resistor is same. Here we need to solve the numericals of these resistors and their combination, which we have done very joyfully in class 10th. Now we have to look at some laws which help us to solve the circuits. First is Kirchhoff's junction law, and it states that at a junction, sum of currents entering into the junction is equal to the sum of currents that are leaving that junction. Next is Kirchhoff loop's law, which states that in a closed loop, algebraic sum of EMFs is equal to algebraic sum of product of resistance to the respective currents flowing through them. And here we have to follow the 3 steps to find the resistance. First step is we have to assume any direction, and if the EMF is in the assumed direction, then it is the positive, and if IR, which is equal to V, it is positive if it is in the assumed direction. Then we have Wheatstone bridge, which is this kind of setup, and a Wheatstone bridge is said to be balanced when R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4 and no current flows through the galvanometer arm. Next is meter bridge. You can also look for their figures in your textbooks. For meter bridge, the condition that is to be followed is R by S is equal to L1 by 100 minus L1, and 100 minus L1 can also be written as L2. S is the standard resistor which is given to us, and R is the unknown resistance. And lastly we have the potentiometer, which is a versatile instrument used to compare EMFs of two cells and also to find the internal resistance of a cell. A material for its construction is given here, you can look for it. And the comparison of EMFs of two cells is done by E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2, and internal resistance of the cell is given by small r, which is equal to capital R into L1 divided by L2 minus 1. Whereas L1 and L2 are balanced lengths for two different points of the potentiometer. One more formula you have to remember is V equal E minus I into small r. That's all for this video, friends. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we will meet very soon with the notes of a new chapter, and the only work till then you have to do is the practice a lot of numericals from different books, and till then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.